Hey friends, good afternoon. Bill here I'm going to start calling SFOI.org really because it encompasses our Great Commission desire. That's kind of what we're working on, really working to have been, of course, forever, but consciously and proactively communicating. We're operating in the banner of the Great Commission, and there are several things that happen under what we're doing, both sportsman outreach and the George Whitfield program. And then just some other things, working with Rick Light and the guys at REF, and just trying to advocate and promote, so forth, really getting engaged in the Great Commission. That's when we use the phrase, get in the game. We're just talking about, it's not a game, but it's the Great Commission, and we've got to get engaged in the Great Commission. So we're going to try to start using that banner. That's what the logo is going to say. So anyway, hey man, it's SFOI 1000 week. Heath, how you doing? It's always good to see Heath. He's faithful. Heath, hope you had a good time this morning on, was this morning you're on? Tomorrow? Today's Tuesday, yeah. So I hope that went well. And so, yeah, Heath, now listen, Heath and Dan, listen, talk about getting out of the boat. Heath and Dan are going to London, England, leaving out of here September 29th, getting in London, England, September the 30th. And it should be a fun time, Lord willing. 10 of us are going, Heath and Dan, but first timers, let's focus on them. We've also got Adam Cutshaw's a first timer. Michael Seathall is a first timer. That's 4 guys. And so let me post that link here real quick. And of course, David Day, Ken Heiselo, veterans. Joe Toy, Bob McCrary, veterans. Adam, Dan, Heath, and Michael new, and Hannah McCrary's new as well. Bobby is bringing his daughter. So we're excited about this. And I hope Heath and Dan are. I've talked so much about it. There's so many people in London that it's just an unbelievable opportunity to be there. And I'm so glad these guys are coming over. They have been such an integral part in what we've been doing here. Of course, Heath is teaching the Keep Your Finger in the Text program every week. And on this session on Colossians, and to spend that time with him and with Ann. These guys are so faithful up in Green Bay. First start off with the Packers games, and now they've been going to Appleton for a while, Appleton on the weekends, and they're basically getting a church rolling in Appleton. But he's also interacted with some guys up in Milwaukee, and so they're expanding out, reaching out in the state of Wisconsin where they live. And so we're excited about what's going on there. Heath has actually met some other guys in Milwaukee and in the Green Bay area that we're interacting with. And so it's exciting. So having these guys go over there is just another step together, working together and taking the gospel as part of the Great Commission to London. I'm glad these guys are going. Looking forward to spending 10 days together. And Oshkosh, that's right, UW Oshkosh. They preach at UW Oshkosh as well on the campus when the college is back in session. So yeah, they're getting after it. This is what you begin to see. Hopefully what really happens is someone starts preaching, and when you hear Heath tell the story, we met on a fateful day down in Atlanta at the Sweet Auburn Festival. When you get rolling, so we've known each other since for a long time here. When it gets rolling, you start to expand out beyond just where you originally began, and that's a good thing because you begin to see the opportunities that are around you, and then the Lord brings people into your life, and you work with them and meet them, and these things go back and forth. And so just kind of the way it seems to develop. So Heath and Dan and the guys up there, Greg and everyone else, are a former co-laborer, Dan Byer, just out getting after it all the time in Wisconsin. Hey, this is kind of the way that it works. I think before I change subjects here is how does the gospel get going? How does like there comes some life in an area, life in the church? It's this kind of process. A guy starts preaching, and he goes there and preaching. He meets another friend. Hey, we start preaching together. Then we go somewhere else, meet some other guys. Before long, there's this network that is built up, and you guys are now covering, blanketing a state in general, not covering every nook and cranny, but covering a state. And that Heath and Dan and Greg, those guys, that's emblematic of the process. And so next door is Minnesota. You go to Viking games this fall, and some other guys were there for a while in Minneapolis. And so what you start to see is this how this works. And this is why it's so important to stay proactive and persistent, consistent in preaching, because of this sort of way God begins to raise up people around you. So we got to emphasize that. It's just not it can be, I'm going to go one place once a month or once a week. It needs to be more, because the more you go out, the more that's going to happen. That seems to be the way the Lord works. The more that you preach, the more that's going to happen. It's kind of a sowing and reaping effect. It's kind of a cause and effect situation. So I would encourage you, if you're listening, get out there and, add another day to the calendar, add another location to your schedule, and just keep at it, because that's how this thing spreads. The gospel spreads, the kingdom of Christ spreads as well. So Heath and Dan are certainly represent that. And if you ever get a chance to meet them or talk to them or catch them on the Keep Your Finger in the Text live videos, ask Heath some questions and get to know those guys and learn more about it. This is kind of what we're trying to present as well, opportunity to meet other men who've been at it a while. You glean some wisdom from them and know what to do at home. So you'll be fruitful from the start, not have to learn the hard way like a lot of us did. So Heath and Dan going to London, just another step in this process. And Lord willing, some local guys in London will come up and join us as well. And we'll see this process grow in the United Kingdom. I've already asked for a couple guys to, I think we're going to start running some videos over there on YouTube ads. And a guy that was with us in Birmingham, Abalash, is going to do a video for us, I'm pretty sure. And another guy. So we'll see. Keep at it. That's it. So hey, back to NFL London. Hey, if you want to go 10 days, September 30, you got to get there on the 30th and come home on the 10th. That's really 10 days of preaching. 10 days of preaching. And we're going to be out 8 hours a day preaching every day, 10 days straight. That'll wear you out right there. And that's what it's all about. We've got a great place to stay. This is a real catch on this trip, is that we stay at the Highbury Center, which is an old mission facility from the 1800s, and it's a great spot to stay, but they don't have unlimited beds. I think they may have about 10 more rooms available. So if you want to go, sign up now or send me a message here and let me know, and we'll follow up and make sure they got a bed before you register, because it fills up. It's a great spot. They have rooms in there where we can gather in the morning and evening and pray. Each own room, typically, and breakfast in the morning. So we have our own room, because it's really important to get some rest over there. Eat breakfast and hit the road. Oftentimes we'll have a local pastor teach us or come to the Highbury Center as well. We're going to work on that starting next week. Have a couple guys come over and speak to us, Lord willing, and then hit the streets. And that be out there all day, rather too, man, it's great, unbelievable. So listen, if you want to go, click the link, follow all the directions, send me a message, and let's get rolling. I'm excited about it. So also here, it's Sports Fan Outreach 1000 week, and we're going to post up here the upcoming games that have been going on last weekend and this weekend. There's a bunch of them this weekend. I'm preaching Thursday night at the UT game. I think Joshua Tubbs is scheduled to preach at the UAB games as well. I'm going to look at my phone here to see where those games are. My eyes are getting bad. I cannot see. So John Crowley Thursday's preaching at UCF, Joshua Tubbs UAB, me at UT, and then Larry Sullivan at Alabama. These are Saturday games. David Day and Ben at Auburn, Francisco Nieves at Texas on Saturday, Devon Webb at University of Wisconsin-Madison, Alexander Green at Naval Academy, and Michael Coughlin at Ohio State, and Jamie Clark at South Carolina. Alex, how you doing? And then on Monday, Doug Rentz should be at the Georgia Tech games, and Alex Burke, he's not on here, but Alex and the crew are going to be down at the Chick-fil-A kickoff game down at the Georgia Dome. So if you want to join Alex, I'm going to put his email here. Give him a ring. Because let me do that again. Chick-fil-A. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta. Oh, there's a phone number. Okay, we'll try it one more time. Let's see what we got here, man. Let's see what we got. We'll go with that. Send Alex an email. Catch up with him. those games are good games. Or Texan. Man, I've spent so much time down there over the years. That's a great place to preach at. And the Chick-fil-A crew, they do a great job bringing games. And, man, it's just a great spot. So if you're in the Atlanta area and you want to get out and meet some other guys that are preaching, and contact Alex and go down there and meet them on Saturday. They also are playing on Monday as well, a kickoff game. I'm sure someone will be down there, but if you can't go Saturday, want to go Monday, then send Alex a message, and he maybe can connect with somebody that might be going. So those are great games down there. Plus the other games, it's going to be a big weekend. Alabama, Auburn, University of Texas, South Carolina. These are big stadiums. University of Wisconsin, Madison. Alex Greenley has been going to Naval Academy for several years. Ohio State. All those crazy Ohio State Buckeye fans who think they're going to win the championship every year. It's amazing. Tennessee, of course, back home here in Knoxville, they all think they're headed for college football glory every year the season starts. So, man, it's going to be great. UAB, we were down there preaching at the World Games. Joshua Tubbs in Central Florida has a big stadium, big crowd. So it's going to be a big kickoff to the weekend. So check the schedule here. If you can make one of the games, I'm going to take that off so you can see it better. If you can make one of the games, then contact me, and I will connect you, Lord willing, with guys that are going and let you get out there and preach the gospel. Football, man, unbelievable opportunity that exists here. I want to show you another thing here as well. We're going to Ben Grady is hosting a training next Saturday, the 10th, in Nashville, if you can see that, on the 10th from 8:30 to 2:30 at Lincoln Hills Baptist Church in Nashville. There's a link there. He's in Nashville looking. If you want to get trained in evangelism, you can read that and contact. I'm going to put Ben Grady's number up there too. Hang on a second. Look his number up while I'm sitting here. Contact Ben and go. Ben works at the National Rescue Mission. Ben also led the Music City Grand Prix while we were in England, and he is a great contact in Nashville. Really, Ben and John Coble are the guys who are most faithful downtown Nashville. But in this case, Ben is leading the training. So contact Ben. You see the link up there. You can snag the link off of there. Contact Ben and go join them. If you can't attend the training, then by all means, contact Ben and get going, and then join the next time. Join them downtown. Eric Schumbacher from Oregon. He's speaking at this. This is him right here at the bottom. And this is something he is going to speak at Sunday, September the 18th, Monday the 19th, and Tuesday the 20th. And if you have an interest in going to that and going some training there up in Oregon, then contact the church or send me a message and we'll connect you with them as well. Lots of good stuff going on around the country. And I want to show you this. This is kind of a layout of maps of stadiums around the country. If you can see it very well, you can see where stadiums are around the country. And this is really kind of what we are trying to accomplish, is blanket the world as best as possible. You know, obviously language is somewhat of a barrier. Blanket the world, the sports world, the gospel. I cannot imagine how many millions of people actually are part of this or attend these games. There's just so many games out there, so many games. I want to show you this as well, the Heath Hutel and his teaching. This one is for today, but every Tuesday and Thursday, Heath is on here talking about keep your finger in the text, a live report. I want to encourage you, if you don't know what's going on here, to tune in with him or watch the recordings on the Facebook page or YouTube page, wherever you're picking this up at, and check in, see what he is doing. It's an excellent teaching. It's Sports Fan Outreach, SFOI.org. We believe in preaching sermons, and this is what's going on here. Heath is basically teaching how to go into a text, really any text in Scripture, and understand what God is saying in the text, connect that text to the gospel, and come out of that with a sermon that you can preach in the open air for the lost and Christians to hear. And he also has a Monday night sort of roundtable, calling it taking reps, where you actually you've moved, you know the technique that Heath is teaching on Tuesday nights, and so you know the technique, and you come together going over a passage, and you come together to specifically create a sermon. And so those are going on already. And then Heath is always available for what we're calling office hours if you need some one-on-one instruction as well. So I want to encourage you to tune in on Tuesday or Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Time with Heath as he talks about this. And also on Friday mornings at 10 with Alex Bird, who's chairing the SFOI 1000 program this fall as well. Every Friday, Lord willing, at 10 a.m. Tune in to hear an update from Alex and to learn more about what's going on or hear the latest update as well. And also contact him if you have any interest, if you have a stadium or arena around you and you're not preaching there and no one else is and you want to do it, you contact Alex and you can certainly get connected. He can plug you in. He's also on the homepage for the Sports Fan 1000 as well. Let me put that link up there. All the info is there. All the committed evangelists are on this page. At the bottom, Lord willing, we're going to start putting the weekly schedule so you can see what the games are this week. You know, we try to post all this stuff everywhere we can on the emails and things like that. So I want to encourage you to check it out and see what's going on. If I was on the ball, maybe I can do it while I'm sitting here. We would put the link here to register to receive the emails. Give me 1 second. Once we roll out, we couldn't hit. Things were sort of slow. They had the games, but the crowds and all that was significantly different. See, 1 second. What I'm saying is now the crowds are out. They look like they're coming out, and it's going to be certainly a big time. Let's see. I'm going to post this last Getting the Game email here. And if you click this link, you will come and see the email. In the top right corner, you'll also see a place to register for the emails. It says join our email list. So that's what we send out about every week or so. And click on it and tune in and get what's going on. So we try to keep all the schedules and stuff on everywhere we can, on our social media, on the emails we're putting out as well, so everyone knows the games that are coming up. Do that and connect with Alex, because in October we're also going to one thing about the football, this is going to be the first time we've done this year, is we are going to try to encourage guys to join us at the College Football Championship weekend, which I believe is January 8th to 11th, something like that. And it's going to be in Los Angeles. We've not made a big push before, but we want to this year. Alex and I are going for sure, Lord willing. And to be out there, I want to encourage everybody, really, especially those preaching at college games, to come out there as well. And let's see if we can't track with the teams, because we're typically all preaching at good team stadiums. Larry's at Alabama, Michael's at Ohio State, Alex is at Georgia. These are good teams that could end up in the college football championship. So if we're tracking with the fans, trying to be as present with them as possible, one of them gets in the championship, that's just another opportunity to reinforce the message, and of course to meet new fans if our teams don't make it. So we want to encourage people to come out and join us in Los Angeles on that weekend. So that's one thing we're doing. So track with the program, get out there and preach, pray about coming and joining us in Los Angeles that first full weekend in January. The Super Bowl, of course, is really the first full weekend in February. And this weekend is the Super Bowl Outreach Team Leaders Retreat when we get together and plan the Super Bowl. And we'll have a report about that next week. But right now, I want to encourage you to follow Alex. Tune in when he's on there on Friday mornings at 10. These recordings are stay up on the Facebook site and watch what he has to say if you're on YouTube or somewhere else, and check it out and get plugged in. It's a great opportunity to learn, great opportunity to meet other men who are preaching, great opportunity to preach in front of large crowds. So it's very, very exciting time. I do want to mention one thing too. We're going to talk about the festivals. I spend a lot of time preaching at festivals. This website right here is a festival website. If you click on it, you will see a ton of festivals around the country at the top of the page. It's really amazing. Let me get it up there for you to look at. Of course. Let's see. Of course. It's too long. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we got in there. Yeah, that gets you there. And you click on it, and you see, if you scroll down just a third of a page, the immediate festival's coming up. In fact, this weekend is the Poco Fest in Tucson. We'll be out in Phoenix. It's starting on the 1st, Thursday through Sunday. There's a concert in Nashville, Live on the Green. In Minnesota, Clarksville, Minnesota, Shangri-La Festival. Brunswick, Maine, Thomas Point, Beach Bluegrass, Pryor, Oklahoma, Rockaloma. In Chicago, Illinois, North Coast Music Festival. It just goes on and on. Unprecedented opportunities to preach the gospel. This weekend is the Ill Fest in Austin, Texas. I don't know how big these things are. Made in America Festival in Philadelphia. But this is a place to go. We really want to encourage preaching at festivals as well if there's not a game in your area. And it's just a great place to find souls to hear the gospel. I think in Athens, Georgia, they have the Twilight, a bike event. I'm sure in Green Bay, man, there's tons of stuff. In Atlanta, when I was down there, that have the Arts Festival, that have the Gay Pride Weekend, they would have oftentimes concerts in Centennial Park that have July the 4th festivals, and of course concerts at Hi-Fi Buys Amphitheater, what was then Phillips Arena, Chastain Park, Piedmont Park. Man, it's just a constant. And so it's just a great opportunity when you want to preach more to get out there and preach there. So check out the festival website and get that on your map as well. What else is going on here? Let me see. We talked about Ben and Eric and that. And that might be it. And then I was going to say, too, October is going to be the beginning of NBA season, NHL season. We really want to press forward to have evangelists, Lord willing, at these arenas. Right now, there seems to be quite a bit of attendance. Also, Dave Dorman mentioned MLS. I want to see if I got that on the website, which is soccer. I think, yes, right there. Yeah, I'm going to post this as well. This has all the teams. I've only looked really at the Atlanta one. I guess Nashville has a team. Look at that. Nashville, Tennessee. says Nashville, South Carolina. That's exactly what that is. That's not Nashville, Tennessee. Anyway, MLS as well. So as the sports world cranks up, we certainly want to try to be there with them and bring the gospel to these folks. That's MLS schedule. If you click on that link, you'll see the teams, and there's a place where the schedule is posted as well. Club site schedule. So much opportunity out there, man. So much opportunity. So much opportunity. If I got any questions out there, everybody happy? Getting out preaching somewhere this weekend? It's Labor Day weekend, in Atlanta down in Labor Day. Dragon Con was going on for a while. I'm not sure if Dragon Con's going on now. Like some crazy things that go on in this world give opportunities to preach the gospel. So lots going on here. Thanks for tuning in. Again, check out Heath on Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Time. But keep your finger in the text. Alex Burt on 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Fridays talking about Sports Fan 1000. We're going to give as many live reports as possible on here as well. Remember, NFL London is coming up as well. And as soon as we get a clearance on going into Canada, we're going to start talking about what we're willing the Grey Cup in Canada, which is November the 16 to 20, and or Mexico City about those same dates. But those are the events, NFL London in either Mexico City or Canada, and primarily between now and the end, really the 1st of February is going to be football. And so we want you to plug in. I want to encourage you to plug in and preach at a college or pro game. So tune in next week. We'll have a report, or we'll have a report after spending the weekend in Phoenix about the Super Bowl, and we'll just keep on rolling, brother. Keep on rolling. Keep preaching. Life is but a vapor. Get out there and preach the gospel. See you.